So what do you do when you just feel lost? You have so many things going on in your head, thoughts and questions, lots of questions, feelings that are different than the feelings that you've had all your life, and you just don't know what to do with them. You're not sure where to take them. Everybody talks about a purpose or your calling. That's a big one. But what happens when you just can't make yourself take the next step? Even when you think you know what it is that you want to do, or at least you think you know what it's going to take or what you need to do to get started. So what do we do? I have so many questions, and just really feeling just like I don't have anyone to talk to about it. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to change my attitude, I guess. I don't even know what I'm trying to do or trying to say. Well, I know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, and I already said it, I'm lost. I feel lost, but I don't know why. I have so many things that I would love to talk about, love to just explore. But then when it comes down to it, like I start questioning myself more than anything. And I still can't figure out why the fuck that is. I mean, I know what I thought it was, or at least I thought I kind of, I wouldn't say overcome. I know so many people talk about overcoming and all that stuff. And yeah, you might be able to jump the hurdle and jump maybe 10 of them and do the thing. But like, there's always going to be moments where you just aren't sure what to do or you can't do the thing. And maybe it's just me. I know that we're all different. And I don't know why I feel like crying right now. But I think part of it is my blueprint. I think part of it is, and by blueprint, I mean there are many answers and a lot of clarity and understanding that comes with learning your birth chart, your natal chart, from when you were born, where the planets were, and learning astrology. And while I've run or had probably 10 different natal charts run between sidereal and Vedic and tropical, and I've done the one I haven't done is human design, but I've done the anagram, gene keys, numerology, gematria, tarot, oracle cards, all these things to learn about myself. And while I understand, I use that word loosely, understand. I'm trying to understand more than anything. I want to feel it. And yet I've come so far. This is the part I'm really kind of struggling with. So I am a Scorpio sun, born in November 16th. And so my sun is in Scorpio. My rising sign is Pisces at 28 degrees. And and my moon is in Libra. Earlier degrees, I think. I can't remember. And then I have all of these complexes, though. I have a Chiron complex. I have a Neptune complex. I have a Uranus complex. And I have a Pluto complex. Like, tell me what that means other than it's really hard to navigate in this world right now. And I feel like I'm not doing anything or not accomplishing anything. And I don't know that. And see, all these things contradict each other. I used to think that I needed to be, there needed to be a certain way success looked or a certain way that accomplishment looks and all of that and making money and having a career and all that. And I've been blessed enough to, my husband and I have our own business, and mostly it's his work. I do the legal contract stuff, insurance and financials, things like that. But like, I have time and I've had time to research and research. This is part of the problem is that I've learned a lot of truths, or I've learned a lot about how the world works. And by how the world works, I mean the 3D world, the world that we're born into, the one that like we're educated out of remembering who we are, the one that stops us from becoming who we're meant to be, the world that tells us what we should think, what to believe, how to believe it. And none of it is truly about learning and being who you really are, and that finding the things that light you up, not the things that are going to make the most money and give you the most things and all the materialistic bullshit that we've been taught. And I've been part of it for a long time. It's really hard to come out of it. Like, it's really hard to navigate the world in the same way because I don't look at it the same way at all. These are some of the many things that I think about. I feel like I'm an observer in my own life now. I almost feel like a third party in my body. There's my ego. That's the one that I was trained to be. The personality, the persona, what I or who I thought I identified with as far as who Christina was all my life. And for that not to resonate with me at all anymore is really, really hard to navigate. It's a lot of change. It's a lot of remembering or being... words are... Sometimes I feel like the enemy. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that I have these thoughts. And a lot of times when I'm feeling like this, and I've gone throughout the day, I mean, I ran errands today, did some things. I pulled some cards because that's one of my favorite things to do, because plus it just gives me another reason to talk to spirit, because I talk to my guides, my higher self, and I just talk to spirits all the time throughout the day. They are my family and my friends right now. Most of the friends I have are superficial because most of them don't know the real me or how I really feel about things. although I've been very, very much more vocal about what I believe and what I don't believe anymore. So that I'm being authentic in that way. But like the friendships that I have, we don't really talk about that stuff because we're in a group usually. Like I don't have a girlfriend that even feels the same way as I do about the fact that we're souls, cosmic, spiritual souls, having an experience, and this is our body is our vessel for this experience on earth at this moment, and it's temporary, and that this isn't all there is. In fact, it's not. It's only an experience of the real truth, I guess, of my soul, of my home, where I'm from, my family. And I can't remember those things. And sometimes I really wish I could. But then on the other hand, even what I do know or what I have remembered or what I have come to know is really tough to, it's not like I can stay there. I still have to live in this world. And I do want to live in this world. I'm so blessed. I have a wonderful family, wonderful husband who loves me, even with all the changes. Kids who love me, even with all the changes. I was always like the coolest mom and all this stuff. And now it's hard. I think I'm still the cool mom, but like, it's just really hard to navigate. Nothing's the same. And I know that we're supposed to change and evolve and grow, but why does it seem like not many people are actually doing any of that? And if they are, we're not talking about it. It's not easy. I know that. And I sit here and I'm like, I want to do this podcast so much. Like, I want to talk to people. I want to get my thoughts and my feelings out and be just, someone out there needs to know they're not alone. Like, I'm feeling all these things. I need to know I'm not alone. Maybe that's really what it is. And I want to help others, but I don't know even half the time how to help myself. I know there's a few things that I do know. Maybe I should start with that. One thing I do know is that I am meant in this lifetime to use my voice and to speak my truth. And the reason that I know that is many throughout my life, putting patterns together, realizing that I, for about 40 years almost, did not much. I did not use my voice, not in a empowering way anyways. I have been the most agreeable, the most loving and caring and helpful person to take advantage of and to put my needs aside. But honestly, I don't feel bad about it because I didn't know what I didn't know. I raised a beautiful family. My kids, I adore them, and I believe they love me. My grandkids, I'm, again, beyond blessed. I am not sorry. I'm not resentful, not for one thing in my life, even though there's been many things that can leave a person cold and hardened. But I've never been that person. It's easy for me to love. It's easy for me to smile. It's easy for me to be happy. And that's why in this moment, with a tear running down my face, even though it sounds like I'm sad, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy about so much. But I feel this disappointment in myself, and I don't like it because I know that spirit would not like it. I know my highest self is not disappointed in me. God is not disappointed in me. Source, my guides, everybody is proud of me, and I have come so far. I know this. I have grown and evolved and embodied some things that I never really thought I would. But when it comes to, I think it's because maybe I don't feel like I'm helping enough, because I'm not doing the podcast, and I make excuses, and I run out of time. I have all the time in the world. And time is just such a stupid word anyways, but I don't feel like I'm running a race. I don't feel like I need to get anywhere specific. I do want to be a guide and a help to others, because I know that I have so much to offer. I see things and feel things that other people aren't feeling and seeing. I can work with my spirit guides, and they guide me like very well. And the synchronicities and the signs and I'm connected to all of it. I already know this. This part I'm not ever questioning. It's really just the part about how to navigate in this world in a way that can maybe reach more people is what I'm hoping for. I wrote something down yesterday that it was because I had a revelation. I was just talking to myself, which talking to myself is talking to spirit. And half the time when I'm talking to myself, it's spirit talking to me and helping me navigate. And I said something that made me realize that I really need to find my people. Like, I need to find others who are having all these same challenges. And then I also would love to be able to reassure or reassure anybody who's just starting to learn things and to feel things differently. And when it feels like you're changing everything you used to believe, it becomes a bit overwhelming too. And usually the people around you that are closest to you don't understand, because they're used to us being a certain way for so long. So it's not even their fault either. But like, what do we do with that? How do we navigate it? Who do we talk to? Like, I would love to have a community, and that's originally when I started this channel. I really was hoping that I could that I could reach more people, I guess, and that people would start engaging with the things that I was saying in the channel, like in the comments, and start talking to each other and sharing things that are similar to the things that I'm talking about. Or if I've done readings, on my channel before, and people resonate with them, and but like, it gets to a point where I don't know that readings is all I want to do. I feel like there needs to be more. And while I don't feel compelled, or I don't feel the need to know exactly what it looks like, because I went through that phase where I thought I needed to be specific in what type of channel, what subjects and topics I'm talking about. But if I'm being honest, if you saw my birth chart, I am all over the place. I have thoughts on all of the things. I have thoughts on things that are happening in the world, but I don't try to stay there very long because they're negative. The world that is being portrayed to you is not generally something that is shown to you in a positive light, like things like the news and, you know, the things that we see on TV, and whether it's just shows or movies or whatever. Like there are things that are not educating. I hate that word. That word means just see, and I still have an attitude about some shit, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm pissed. Fucking pisses me off that we didn't figure this shit out earlier. Like, people have figured it out, but media tore you down. Influencers tore you down, because if it didn't follow the narrative that the world was pushing, and still to this day is pushing, war, hatred, division, fighting, where's peace and happiness and calm and love? Where are those things in our everyday lives that we can share with people? Sometimes I wonder if I know I can, but I wonder how many people can go through a day without being upset, angry, or pissed off about something that they experience in the world. And I guess I'm cheating a little bit when I say that I know I can, but it's because I can remove myself from the world. I don't have a regular job working for a corporation anymore, or for working for other people. Now we do what we want to do in that respect, for earning and for obtaining the things that we need and want to live in this life the way we want to live. Because each person gets to choose what that is. You get to choose how you live, what makes you happy. But if you need all the things, if you're one of those people that need all the things, because we were. If you're one of those people though, like if you're still doing that, like something will have to change eventually. It's just usually comes down to that. But anyways, that's not really what I wanted to say. But why is everybody so pissed off? Why can't we come together? I need a support group. I need a support group for people that are happy. There are not enough people that are happy in life, or that are excited about the things that they're learning now. Once you get over being pissed off about all the lies, and I am for the most part, I really am. Sometimes when I talk about it, when I words automatically come into my thought of, like when I said education, there's a reason that it's a trigger for me. First of all, because I went to a Lutheran school, and I don't believe religion is what I thought religion was. Now I know what religion is. It's really just another construct and another way to divide all the people. Cultures are one thing, you know. I think I love that there's different cultures in different countries, and I would love to learn more about them. Most of them, not all of them. The nice ones, I guess. But like, where are the rest of the people that are learning these things? And we're talking about them on podcasts and stuff, but like, how do we navigate everyday life? I watch all of these different podcasts and I love them. But then how do you navigate regular everyday life in the world? Got to start by being in the body. There's so much I want to talk about. I really need to gather my thoughts, but I was trying to do that here, but I find, or it feels like right now, that I am more scattered than anything else. But Spirit has told me I need to use my voice. And if I don't use it in this manner on this channel, I don't know how else I can use it. Because when I'm talking to the people around me, a lot of it's just the everyday stuff. It's not the good stuff. It's not the metaphysical stuff. It's not the cosmic stuff. Like, what's going on in this world right now with our energies? You guys, like, do we not get that energetically it's chaotic right now with all the earthquakes? I mean, there was 9 major earthquakes within 9 hours yesterday. And today's a full moon. We have planetary alignments. We have potential pole shifts. We have sunspots that are causing coronal mass ejections. Like there's all kinds of things energetically happening in this world, and it happening to us and to our bodies and to our DNA, I think. Some in positive ways and maybe some in negative, but like the negative stuff is probably the shit that they're spraying from the planes. It's the pest. It's all the things. There's so much. We are living in a toxic world. And I am of the belief that we chose to be here. And I'm not wasting this life being miserable or being angry or hateful to people. But I want more for myself. I want to find people. I want to broaden this conversation. I want to draw more people into it. 555 on the clock. Whoa, that's major fucking change, isn't it? Oh, okay. But I just want to bring more people into the conversation, because this is the only way that we can change what we're seeing in the 3D world. Because I can see the beauty in everything that I look at in this world right now, but most people can't. Or it's brief and it's fleeting. I want to try to help and embody like happiness in a way that just resonates out and draws people in. And I feel like ego. And because I know that I have that power, and I would have never caught myself saying that I had power of any kind. First of all, I would have never believed it. I was not confident. I wouldn't speak up for myself. I hated confrontation. I didn't want anybody being mad at me. I cared more about what people thought of me than what I thought of me. And honestly, I didn't think anything of me. I did not love myself. For the first time in my life, I understand what it feels like to love myself. Because I do. I love myself so much more than I did before, and I didn't even know it. That's the thing. I didn't even know it. I used to hear all the time, and I'm sure you've heard this before, you can't love another person until you love yourself. Yeah. Well, I know I can love other people, so of course I must love myself, right? Well, not when I'm upset or saying mean things to myself when my pants don't fit the way I want them to, or There's a dimple on the back of my leg. When I say dimple, I mean dimples. But I've learned to love and accept them, actually. And since then, weirdly and ironically enough, they seem to be disappearing without me doing too much extra. I don't know. There's some things that I can't explain. Like, you either are experiencing some of these things or not. But I was always down on myself for something. Whether, even when I was, I should, okay, see, look what I was going to say. I was going to say, even when I was young and beautiful. Maybe I'm not young number-wise in the way that the world likes to tell us what young is. But God damn it, I'm beautiful. And I'm more beautiful now than I ever was because of what's inside of me and what has come out of me. I've released a lot of old crap, patterns, and things that were put on me that I did not know I had control over. I believed things that I didn't question why I believed them. And I know most people are still doing that. We just believe the things we were taught by family, friends, so-called experts, so-called educators, so-called authority, so-called government. Like, these are all just fucking words. They're made up words too. And when you look at etymology, actually some of these words, when you find out what they really mean, it's kind of disheartening. But I digress. It doesn't matter. It's the language that I know. And I do my best to work with it. But I'm still trying to navigate and figure out what it all means. That's why I like telepathy. I much prefer not speaking, in a way, as I'm experiencing and learning more about telepathy and our abilities. All of our abilities. We all have abilities. Nobody is more special or more gifted than others. Each one of us, though, however, has a gift that we were meant to bring into the world and share with the world. And they're all different. Just like there's no one way to read a tarot card. There's no one way to read an oracle card or any divination practice. What I hear from spirit is going to be something different than somebody else hears from their people, their spirit. But yet we're all connected. And this is where we have to remember not to judge each other and judge each other's beliefs or the things that they feel and see. And not everybody, I am learning, still learning. I'm going to learn till I die. And if I can talk you guys through it until then, like, seriously, I would. So no two people think the same about anything, really. Pick a subject. You can have people agree on maybe a piece of it, something that is very literal in seeing, I guess. Like, the sky is blue. We can all agree on that. Ish. Even that makes me smile because I'm not even sure that we'd all agree on that anymore. Because some of us can see things and colors differently than other people. And not because you don't have the ability to, it's just that you haven't unlocked it. And we're not meant to unlock all of it. That would be insanity if we all were aware and were able to use every single psychic ability or power that we have. Mostly because there's too much negativity in this world that needs to be. We just need to keep raising the frequency. That's all I'm trying to do. I want to empower others. But see, I'm doing this, and as I'm saying these things, it's actually empowering me. When I first started this episode here, right? I don't even know, call it an episode, a talk. When I first started talking, I was sad. I wasn't feeling empowered. But the more I talk about the things that we can do and the things that we can change and how we can adjust the way we see and perceive things and not be so judgmental toward everyone else, maybe things can get lighter. Maybe we can continue to raise the frequency, because I know that's what's happening. I don't know if any of you follow the Schumann resonance, but like it's off the charts lately, like off the charts, and blackouts, like it's beyond, it can't register the energies based on the equipment that we have, the technology. But there's so much going on in this world, and I just wonder if people are noticing. And what are you thinking about it? It's hard to change, and it's hard to help people understand when you change your mind about something. But like, it's okay. You don't need people to agree with you. You just need to know in your heart and trust what you believe based on your own experience and intuition and guidance. Because we're all getting guidance, even if you don't believe you are. Most of us just don't even listen to it. Or if we think that we're being guided, we quickly talk ourselves out of it. That trained ego says, nah, you're crazy. You're just hearing stuff. Or you're just like, it came out of, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even remember what I used to say. Like, oh, that's not real. That's why I used to believe in coincidences. Yeah, not so much anymore. Actually, not at all. But I feel like I'm talking in circles most of the time, and this is part of my own thing, I guess. I don't even know what word to use. It's my own struggle, because I have so many thoughts on so many things, and so many things I want to share, and so many questions that I wonder if other people are having these same questions and how they're navigating it. And, you know, what are the other people's perspectives? Because I'm open to all possibilities for things. That's one thing I've learned, is that I no longer believe that anything is impossible. But I'm also no longer afraid of death. I no longer have that fear. And 6:06 on the clock. Crazy. Anyways, and I'm not sitting here staring at the clock, by the way. This is how it happens for me. And the number card, the angel card number I pulled this morning actually was 666. And it talked about how that generally has a negative connotation for most people. But that's only because that's what we were taught. We were taught. It was preached to us. It was just shoved down our throats that 666 was bad. It's not. There's so much that we don't know that has been changed. And we have been misled purposefully misled. by those with more money and power to control all of the puppets that have been telling us this. But maybe through all of this, somehow I will find my way. And that's really all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find my way. I know what my passion is. I know the gifts that are coming online for me. I've had premonitions and dreams, out of body experience. This is how I know that we don't die. This isn't it. I know this. I don't think it. I don't believe it. It's not a belief if you know. It's not a hope or a prayer. It's a knowing. I literally left this body and I was not dead, even though my husband thought I was, because my body appeared as though it was dying. It wasn't. I knew what was going on. I knew I was going back to it because there was it wasn't like the NDE kind where, a spirit comes and greets you. Like it didn't get that far. It was brief. However, I saw how it works. I was just literally about to pass out for no reason. Never passed out before in my life. And as I walked in the house to go lay down because I couldn't get the dizziness and the nausea to stop, I tried to ground on the ground. It made it worse. The energy just shot through me. And I was trying to get to the couch so I could at least lay down. And I just started falling in slow motion is how it felt to me. But I noticed that I was about to hit my head straight on the kitchen island. And had that happened, I don't know how that experience would have went. However, thank God my husband followed me because he was worried about me. But I left my body before I hit anything. And I didn't end up hitting the kitchen island because my husband caught me before my head hit and he just guided me to the floor. But I was already out of my body and I was watching that happen. And I was like, I could see everything that was going on. I couldn't hear anything though. I felt calm and peaceful. I wasn't scared. I actually didn't have any opinion or thought about what I was seeing other than I do remember saying to myself twice, am I dying? And I saw my husband, still scrambling around trying to figure out what to do. And I'm like, wait a minute. Am I dying? And within a couple of seconds, I was back in my body, but I was only partially back in it. I was like in the vessel part, and it from my soul's point of view in that moment, I was in my body, but not attached to it yet, because I was just looking out of what looked like just skull eye sockets, and I was seeing my husband over me. And he was moving his mouth, and I could tell he was screaming my name. But I wasn't attached to my body yet still. It just literally felt like my soul was looking through these eye sockets. Weird. Really detached. And I'm like, why am I not hearing anything? And at this point, I knew I was back in my body, but I wasn't able to move or do anything. And then all of a sudden, I heard a faint voice, almost like it sounded like someone from really far away was screaming my name. I heard, Chrissy. That's what my husband calls me. And I'm like, wow, I see him in front of me, but his voice sounds like it's a mile away. And then all of a sudden, I hear his voice loud and clear. He screams my name, and I'm at least back in my body that I can speak. Because I said to him, I'm like, why are you screaming? But I couldn't move the rest of my body. But it felt like I had been struck by lightning. The amount of energy that I could feel going through my body in that moment. Well, not even just in that moment. It lasted for like 20 to 25 minutes. I was on the floor, could not move my body still, but I could talk. And I was able to feel my body, but I had no motor skills whatsoever. Scary, but yet I knew that everything was going to be fine. My husband's like, should I call an ambulance? I should call an ambulance. I really think we need to get you to the hospital. I'm like, it's the last thing I want to do because I don't know how to explain this. There's nothing wrong with me. I know this now, and we're not going to the hospital. We just need to wait. And then my heart was on fire. All of a sudden, I'm like, you need to, oh yeah, I forgot. Because this happened 2 years ago now. It was having a hard time breathing when I first came back into my body. When I was able to speak, I was like short of breath. So I was like doing really short breaths and like having a hard time like really catching my breath, I guess. And that's when my heart just like, it was like my chest was on fire. So I told my husband, I'm like, just like grab an ice pack or something out of the freezer. And so he got me the biggest ice pack we had. I said, just put it on my chest. And I could finally feel the heat. I could feel energy, but I couldn't move anything. And then I felt the cold. It finally helped me after maybe 5 minutes or so calm down in that sense. And I was able to start to breathe normally. And then, it was just a little at a time. At some point, I asked my husband, is my body shaking? Because it feels like my whole body is shaking. Like I was like literally just, it reminds me of old school cartoons where like Tom and Jerry just say, he sticks his freaking paw, Tom sticks his paw or something in a light socket, or one of them does, and it like lifts them off the ground, zzz, and you see all the, their skeleton, their bones and stuff, and it like does this electricity kind of thing. That's what it felt like my whole body was doing, but it felt like it was literally shaking. And my husband's like, no, it's not shaking. I'm like, are you sure? And after like 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because this was after I could breathe, maybe 10 minutes, I was at least able to start, was able to lift my head. And I could lift my head enough to see that my body wasn't shaking. And then a few more minutes, then I was able to like lift my arms a little bit, at least enough where I lifted my head, lifted my arms, and I could see that my hands weren't shaking the way it felt like they were shaking. Eventually, my body all reconnected to whatever however this works. I don't really know. This is just what I experienced, but I mean, I couldn't walk. I got to the point where I could scoot myself over to the couch and kind of climb up there, but I didn't have full muscle control after about 25 minutes. And so about 45 minutes later, I was able to actually get off of the couch without any help or anything like that. But so again, these things are real. I never believed in reincarnation before. I was scared to die. I wasn't sure what afterlife there was. I mean, I grew up Lutheran. I assumed that there was heaven, but again, I didn't resonate with anything they told me that was outside of me, because I realize now that spirit is inside of me, my soul, my heart, like all of this is in me. I am connected to it directly. God isn't outside of you. Heaven isn't outside of you. Heaven is what you make your life. You can have it right now. It's just really hard to keep it because, where we live and stuff. But anyway, thank you for anyone who's still listening. I don't even know if I'm going to post this, but if I do, if you're still listening, thank you. Thank you so much. And that tells me that most likely you've had some of these feelings. Maybe you're not sure what to do with them either. It's a journey. It's learning. It's just, every day. Every day it's something new to experience or to explore or to question. And it's not easy. But when you know you're not alone and you're not crazy, that helps. At least it did me. Just the other day, when I go by trees, I talk to them, I touch them. And I'm thinking, people think I'm crazy, probably. Anybody who sees me. A fly lands on me and I'm like, oh, hey, buddy. Just don't shit on me, please. Anyways, sometimes you feel like crazy train, but in reality, you're just starting to remember. And give yourself some grace. Give everyone around you grace, but especially yourself. If you're going down this path and relearning things and exploring and questioning, because it's never ending. I've been questioning things in new ways probably for about 15 years now, but 10 years of really deep diving into the lies that we've been fed. And it took me a while to come out of that. I had to stop following all the things and going down the rabbit holes. I had to stop for my own well-being, because it's miserable when you really realize how much they lied to us, how much we have been deceived as a humanity, as a species. And we're not alone. Totally not alone. Ever. So all this crap about disclosure and all this stuff, they're just still trying to fucking scare you. They're probably going to still have some kind of, I don't know, UFO event, or what do they call them now? UAPs? Whatever. It's not about the flying objects or the objects in the sky. It's about your relationship with yourself and the world and nature. Because these are our brothers and sisters, just like Jesus was. He came here to tell us that we can do everything he can do and more. He meant that shit literally. He meant it literally. Think about that. He's our brother. So, okay. Thank you for listening. And there will be more. I'm going to keep going. Even when it feels like I don't know what I'm talking about or where I'm going to go, or not what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I know I've probably been all over the place here, but I'll find my way. That's really what I'm trying to do here. I'm just going to do, and I'm going to speak, and it'll be dirty and raw, and it won't be organized. And I could be all over the place because I have ADHD or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I am neurodivergent, apparently. More labels to throw on the things. But at least now I'm starting to get it. Why I am the way I am. Even though it's not easy. I do love myself. And no one can take that away from me. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. So loving myself has turned into me being my own best friend. And based on all the other friends I've had in my entire life, so far I'm being the best one ever. So I hope that for you too. I will be back. I don't know how to say goodbye, so I'm just gonna, I love you. I hope to be back again soon. And if you join me, I would love that. Take care.